Imagine this: a former prince, a former president, and a fire-breathing political commentator all collide in the same controversy. What ties them together? Not royal drama or US politics. This time, it's the UK's spiraling free speech. Prince Harry has become the unlikely lightning rod. Believe it or not, voices like Donald Trump and Ben Shapiro are now calling for something shocking: Harry's deportation. Yes, deportation. Sounds surreal, but here's how we got here. In recent years, Britain has quietly slipped into what critics call a free speech meltdown. Arrests are happening, not for violent crime or fraud, but for tweets and online comments. Comedians, journalists, and everyday people are being dragged into court for expressing opinions that clash with today's progressive orthodoxy. Question gender ideology, poke fun at politics, or even fly the wrong flag, and you could find police knocking at your door. Sometimes they're even armed. This isn't a dystopian movie. It's reality in modern Britain. Of course, Donald Trump couldn't resist weighing in. In a meeting with Nigel Farage, Trump shook his head at the state of things across the pond. Strange things are happening over there, he said, calling it not a good thing. Coming from a man who built his career railing against political correctness, those words weren't just casual commentary. They were a signal, but the fire really caught when conservative commentator Ben Shapiro took to Fox News. He blasted the UK's crackdown on speech and went further, mockingly but pointedly, calling for Prince Harry's deportation. Why Harry? Critics see him and Meghan Markle as poster children for progressive elitism. To Shapiro and his audience, Harry isn't defending free speech. He's embracing the same culture of censorship now gripping Britain. And here's the irony: while regular Brits face arrest for social media posts, Prince Harry, no longer even a UK resident, moves freely while publicly supporting narratives many linked to this censorship culture. For Trump supporters and commentators, Harry was the perfect target: royal, famous, and conveniently living in America. The crackdown reached a boiling point when comedian Graham Linehan, creator of beloved sitcoms, stood outside a courtroom, exhausted, saying he was done with the UK. He wasn't joking. He said he could no longer live in a country where comedy and truth are treated as crimes. His defeat wasn't theatrical, it was heartbreaking. Meanwhile, independent journalists like Hannah Kirkpatrick are going viral online, exposing censorship and biased policing. Some of her American followers even begged her not to fly home from Florida, fearing she'd be arrested at Heathrow. That's how bad the optics have become. And yet, the UK's mainstream media barely touches these stories. Graham Linehan's arrest, ignored by major outlets like ITV. Instead, the truth is being carried by YouTubers, podcasters, and citizen journalists. That silence created a vacuum, and American voices like Trump and Shapiro are filling it. What started as a British problem is now a global debate. When Shapiro quipped, "We must deport Prince Harry," it was delivered with humor, but it landed like a warning shot. He doubled down with a jab at Meghan Markle, saying Harry should be sent back with his balls, drawing roars of laughter on Fox News' Gutfeld panel. But behind the laughter was real frustration that people once seen as symbols of tradition are now viewed as champions of censorship. The bigger issue, public trust in Britain is collapsing. Police are accused of focusing more on online speech than actual crime. Citizens are being arrested over pronoun debates, comedy sketches, even flags. Meanwhile, politicians insist free speech is alive and well. One minister even repeated the line in Washington while facing tough questions from US lawmakers. Critics say he flat out lied. The contradiction is unbearable, and more Brits, like Linehan, are leaving, not chasing opportunity, but escaping a country they no longer recognize. Yet voices of resistance are growing. Kirkpatrick now disguises her commentary as comedy skits, mocking the absurdity of needing speech approvals. Her videos don't just go viral in Britain, they cross oceans, sparking debates in America about whether this creeping authoritarianism could spread. Even Elon Musk's platform X has become a kind of digital embassy for British dissidents, amplifying voices the mainstream tries to bury. And that's the point. The outrage isn't just about Prince Harry or Meghan or even Donald Trump. It's about what they represent in this global battle over speech, freedom, and truth.